They say it's just a story, an urban legend from the dark corners of the internet. But what if the story isn't just on the screen? What if it's waiting behind it?
For you.
The year was 2004, a different time, before smartphones. Back then, the internet was still a wild frontier. I was 14. My world revolved around my clunky desktop computer. One night, a friend shared a link with me. It was to a chain email. Click this link or something bad will happen. But this one, it had a warning from my friend. Don't click it. Seriously. Of course, that just made me more curious. The link led to a web page. Just a blank black page. In the middle, a single pulsating GIF. A crude, pixelated animation of a pair of red doors. And in the center, blocky Japanese text. I clicked it. Nothing happened. The screen just flickered. I was disappointed. But then a pop-up appeared. It was small, just 2 words in simple white text against a black background. I didn't understand Japanese. I closed the pop-up. Another one immediately appeared, the same words. I kept closing them. They kept reappearing, faster and faster. Then a new pop-up, larger, with English text. Do you like the Red Room? My blood ran cold. How did it know? I tried to close the browser. It wouldn't let me. I tried to shut down the computer. Nothing. The screen flickered violently. And then the computer's speakers, which had been silent, crackled to life. A voice. A distorted, childlike voice. Robotic. It spoke in Japanese. It repeated the same phrase over and over. Anataha. Hoki desu ka? I yanked the power cord from the back of the tower. The screen went black. The sound died. Silence. Okay, that was messed up. I went to bed. That night, I had a dream. I was in a dark room. No windows, no doors. Just red walls. Deep crimson red. And in the center of the room, a computer monitor. Its screen was black. I walked closer. And then a single word flashed on the screen in white text. Hoki? Like? I woke up, heart pounding. The next morning, I plugged the computer back in, turned it on. It booted up normally. The desktop appeared, no pop-ups, no red doors. I breathed a sigh of relief, but then I opened my browser. My homepage loaded. And in the history, at the very top of my browsing history, was the link to the Red Room page. I hadn't opened it that morning. It had opened itself. I searched online, using a different computer at the library. I typed in Red Room Cursed Japanese Urban Legend, and I found it. Narrator, an entry, a documented urban legend. You can look it up yourself even today. It described a pop-up that appears when someone accesses the Red Room page. It asks, do you like the Red Room? And whoever sees the final question dies. Their walls are painted red with their own blood. My blood ran cold. I had seen the English question. The legend said I should be dead. But I wasn't. Yet. But the fear had burrowed deep. I slept with my light on. I tried to scrub the link from my history. It would just reappear. It was like the Red Room was part of my computer now. Part of me. Then came the physical manifestations. I started noticing small things. My pale bedroom walls would sometimes, in the corner of my eye, have a faint reddish tint. A stain. It was gone when I looked directly. I'd hear whispers, too, from the computer, even when it was off. Howki? Like. My parents noticed my behavior. I was jumpy, distracted. They grounded me from the computer. I was relieved, but even with the computer off for a week, the whispers followed me, from the vents, from the shadows. Howki? The red tint on the walls, it was getting stronger. One night, I woke up to a faint, rhythmic tapping. It was coming from my computer desk. I turned on my light. My computer was off, but the monitor was on. just a black screen, and on it, in the center, a single pixelated red door and a small white cursor tapping on the door. I was paralyzed. My hand shook too badly to hit the power button. The cursor stopped, and the red door began to open, pixel by pixel, into a black void. A childlike face emerged, pixelated, red eyes, a wide grin. It was moving steadily towards me, staring right at me. Then the voice from the speakers, soft, clear, childlike. "Do you like the Red Room?" I screamed. I threw my pillow at the monitor. The image shattered into static. The screen went black. The voice stopped. I didn't sleep. The next morning, I told my parents everything. They thought I was having a breakdown. They took me to a therapist who nodded sympathetically and said, "Anxiety, hallucinations." But I knew what I saw. My parents finally agreed to get rid of the computer. They decided to trade it in at a local store. I begged them to burn it. They thought I was being dramatic. I went with them. The clerk plugged it in to test it. The screen flickered, booted up, and then a pop-up. "Do you like the Red Room?" The clerk frowned. "Whoa." He tried to close it. Another appeared. Faster and faster. My heart was in my throat. Then the final pop-up. The clerk looked at me, his eyes wide. What is this thing?" Then the speakers crackled. The childlike voice clear in English. "You're the next one." The clerk dropped the mouse. His face went pale. He stared from the screen to my parents, to me. My father, finally believing, saw the terror in the clerk's eyes. He grabbed the tower. "We're getting rid of it!" He threw it in the dumpster, doused it in lighter fluid, and set it on fire. We watched the plastic melt and the screen shatter. I stood there, relieved. It was gone. It's been years. I only use laptops now. I'm careful. The whispers faded. The red tint vanished. I truly believe I escaped it. But sometimes, late at night, when my screen goes black into sleep mode, I see my reflection, and just for a split second, before the screen wakes, I swear I can see a faint, pixelated, crimson blush on my own face. Be careful what you download, what links you click, because sometimes the stories they tell you aren't just stories. They're invitations, and once you accept, the screen might just start staring back.